This is part 3 episode 155. My bad. Luo Feng shook his head. I haven't been able to forget my battle with Kuluo Fu earlier. Lost badly? Hong asked. Do you still need to ask? Thunder God teased. Luo Feng lifted his teacup, sipping gently. The tea leaves used were specially produced by the Pinghai Company within the virtual universe. The fragrant taste swirled within his mouth. He exclaimed after the sip, Indeed, I lost really badly. It made me feel like there's no hope in making it into the primal region. Before the battles began, Luo Feng was filled with ambition to make it into the primal region. He had acquired a part of the demon note inheritance. His spirit energy amplitude had jumped by leaps and bounds. He had a definite confidence in making it into the primal region. However, after the battle with Kuluo Fu, it was like he was drenched in cold water from above. Difference. The difference was huge. Losing is fine. Hong smiled. The only problem is whether you have the confidence. Big brother. Luo Feng looked at Hong. When I was young and training at the assassin camp. Hong's eyes gleamed with memories. In terms of physical ability, we Chinese compared to the whites and blacks had a huge difference. Even though I was lagging behind, I kept progressing, until I became the most terrifying assassin. And those who initially had greater talents and were stronger, I exceeded them. Luo Feng quietly listened. Hence. Hong smiled at Luo Feng. Third brother, talent is important, but it isn't absolute. You have great talent and you train fast. No problem, you'll train for 10,000 years and become undying. Me? I'll just train for 100,000 years, 1,000,000 years to become undying. Wouldn't that work too? Who knows, those with greater talents may even fall first. Luo Feng realized. Right? His teacher had once mentioned that absolute genius who could kill an official level undying at his sector lord level, didn't he fall too? He didn't even become undying. Hence, shocking improvement during a certain period isn't that important. The most important thing is stability and longevity. Hong looked at Luo Feng. The most important thing about training is not comparing yourself to others, but only with yourself. As long as you keep improving, keep exceeding yourself, then you'll ultimately get stronger and stronger. One day, you'll realize, you won't be able to find another opponent in the entire world. You'll become number one. Luo Feng listened quietly. He was filled with great respect towards his big brother Hong. In terms of strength he was much stronger, however in mental state, his big brother was comparable to the saints of the Chinese history. Ha, big brother, was this how you became number one back then? Thunder God smiled at Luo Feng. Right? Hong's eyes were calm. He nodded and smiled. Back then I only had my loyal pike, with that I worked and trained. Exceeding myself one step at a time. I didn't even realize that during the Great Nirvana, I had already become the number one person on earth. Luo Feng, do you understand what I mean? Understood, I cannot rush. I have to remain grounded and chase my own limits. Luo Feng said. Hong nodded satisfied. After chatting with them for about over 3 hours, the three brothers finally separated. Big brother went on to continue his training. Second brother was busy with his own matters. Luo Feng returned back to continue his inheritance training. He realized one thing. Every time he gathered with them, he would gain some form of realization, seeing the road ahead somewhat clearer. Mental state. In terms of mental states, second brother is stronger than I am, and big brother is already in a different place altogether. Luo Feng felt that even though his big brother hadn't fully excelled yet, a day would come where he would definitely be able to shine in the vast universe. This feeling was completely from his instinct. Even though he spoke calmly, one could feel his complete self-confidence within his bones. On the second day after the absolute beginning battles had ended, the primal region battles began. As there were only 5 universe levels in the primal region, all their battles would end in a day. And obviously, the battles of the primal region had drawn the attention of many of the other geniuses from the other regions. Countless numbers of them watched their battles. Absolute beginning region, Manka Prince Wuka's villa. Luo Feng, Rong Jun and Wuka had gathered in the living room, drinking wine and watching the screen, the many battles of the primal region geniuses. Ah, my villa. I'll have to leave here soon, to the sky and land region. Wuka sat in his sofa and exclaimed loudly. He glanced at Luo Feng and Rong Jun. You two punks. Our absolute beginning heroes should be together. One of you have made it into the top 3, and the other will stay here. Luo Feng and Rong Jun laughed. The qualification battles, Luo Feng ranked second and Rong Jun ranked 19. Rong Jun managed to scrape off and rank in the top 20, that way he didn't need to compete in the sky and land region. It could be said that it was set in stone, that he would remain in the absolute beginning region. Wuka, however, was in the bottom 6 without a surprise. The other 6 newbies, Wuka, Ao Pa Ti La, Lancelot, Ari Chen, Jiang Mo and Qian Shui, were the 6 from the back. For Wuka to be the 6th from the last was already not bad. However, they were about to battle the top 10 of the sky and land region. Other than the 6 of them, the others had all passed the Heavenly Bridge 6th level. They were set to go into the sky and land region. Humph. Every batch of newbies go through the same time, they would be disadvantaged and sent back one region. We are newbies after all. Wuka stared at Luo Feng and Rong Jun. You two wait for me, I'll quickly return to the absolute beginning. Alright, we'll wait. Rong Jun laughed. Work hard, Prince Wuka. Luo Feng teased. After they finished the match being broadcasted on the screen, that of Fei Tuo and Long Yun had already ended. Long Yun sure is pitiful. Wuka exclaimed. Right? Rong Jun nodded, he really isn't on the same level as the other members of the primal region. Luo Feng nodded too. There were a total of 5 in the primal region, 3 seniors and 2 newbies. The 2 were of course from the genius battle, Bolan and Long Yun. After Bolan was spurred by Luo Feng, he finally realized that we wasn't an invincible genius, that wasting his talents on overdoing it was a stupid thing to do, hence he changed to having space as his main law. 2 years ago, he had already passed the Heavenly Bridge's 7th level. The 3 seniors were Fei Tuo, Simian and Mo Luo, of which Fei Tuo was the only virtual universe company universe level member to pass the 8th level of the Heavenly Bridge. Simian and Mo Luo had passed the 7th, of course, they had passed it long ago. Long Yun is pitiful, he loses to everyone he meets. If it were me, I'd long have given up, what's the point? Wuka shook his head, they are not even close. Of the 5, 1 had passed the 8th level, the other 3 had passed the 7th, only Long Yun had just passed the 5th. Don't look down on him. Luo Feng looked at Long Yun's body in the screen. Those that know they will lose and still fight, they aren't normal people. Rong Jun nodded. Look. Mo Luo against Bolan. Wuka shouted. Luo Feng and Rong Jun gathered their attention and stared at the screen. Of the 2 newbies in the primal region, only Bolan had some resistance ability. However, when he met the strongest of the seniors, Fei Tuo, he lost really badly. Both he and Mo Luo had passed the 7th level. Rong Jun emphasized, and both are close combat fighters, this battle, maybe Bolan has some hope. Luo Feng nodded. Right, there was some hope. Only some. The battle began. Bolan's blade work was incredibly incisive, and his movement was absurd. Mo Luo, however, stood his ground, using his beast fist to block Bolan's many attacks. The scene of them clashing caused the mountains and forests about to be destroyed completely. Bolan's every blade caused great canyons on the surface of the planet, and Mo Luo's every punch and kick caused great damage to the land. In an instant they exchanged over 10 times. Mo Luo grabbed the chance and sacrificed one leg, closing in and killing Bolan. Roar! Mo Luo's eyes gleamed with wildness, his right arm became like a winding snake and extended, grabbing Bolan's neck. In an instant he broke his neck, his fingers piercing through Bolan's head. Bolan, dead. Silence. Luo Feng, Rong Jun and Wuka who were watching were silent for a while. Bolan's strength wasn't weak at all. However, he was still killed by the seniors of the primal region. What terrifying close combat. Wuka said softly. Wuka was a close combat fighter too, however, the difference between him and Mo Luo was huge. Terrifying. Rong Jun too frowned. Luo Feng held his breath and watched. In his mind he recalled the instant where Mo Luo grabbed Bolan and killed him, replaying it over and over. The more he thought about it, the more his expression grew heavier. That Mo Luo's beast fist is truly remarkable, like a fox, python, wild wolf, tiger. Intrepid. Cunning. Sinister. It was completely natural. This beast fist is something he created, and others are simply learning from others. Luo Feng thought within, using one's own created technique would be easier to unleash greater strength. Mo Luo is very strong. However, why do I feel that Kuluo Fu is still stronger? Luo Feng frowned, and Kuluo Fu is only from the absolute beginning region, peculiar. Mo Luo's strength, Luo Feng was cautious. Ku Luo Fu's strength, however, made him feel despair. No hope. Wuka shouted out in the sofa, Bolin lost to Mo Luo, he would probably lose to the fighter's bane hypnotist Samayan, then he'd be set to become the Primal Region's bottom 3 with Long Yun. The Virtual Universe Company's rules were: the bottom 3 of the Primal Region, along with the top 3 of the Absolute Beginning Region, will fight for the one Primal Region slot. Now from the looks of it, Long Yun and Bolin, they would be in the bottom 3. That Fatuor, as the only one to pass the 8th level of the Heavenly Bridge, an obviously exceptional being, would get first place without a problem. Primal Region's bottom 3, one would be Bolin, another Long Yun. Who would be the last? Wuka frowned. It'll definitely be either Mo Luo or Samayan. Rong Jun said, Luo Feng, who do you think it'll be? Luo Feng frowned. Who? Mo Luo. It had to be him, as long as he was in the bottom 3, then Luo Feng would get the chance to fight him. I definitely have to personally defeat him, and step on him, definitely. Luo Feng had long had this grudge he had to settle. The qualification battles was the chance he got to vent it out on. Even if it were in reality, Luo Feng wouldn't be lenient. Since Mo Luo's kickback then, he had decided. The two, one of them had to die. Luo Feng, Rong Jun and Wuka sat in the sofa, and watched the screen. On it the battles of the Primal Region was going on. Half of the battles are already over, it'll soon be Mo Luo against Samayan. Wuka lifted his wine and crossed his legs. Whoever loses of the two will have to battle to stay after. Luo Feng stared at the screen. It definitely had to be Mo Luo who lost. Within Mo Luo's huge Primal Region villa, in the vast grass field, he sat there cross-legged. He enjoyed quietly pondering about the earlier battles. I didn't expect that Bolin to be so strong. He had just passed the 7th level of the Heavenly Bridge not long ago, but he actually injured me heavily before I could kill him. He didn't expect any of the two newbies to give him any trouble, just like the absolute beginning seniors Sajin, Ni Nan and the others who had just passed the 7th level. Mo Luo could easily kill them all. However, he had to sacrifice one leg to kill Bolin. What did that represent? It meant that their strengths were close. His strength, even amongst the absolute beginning region, would only be a little weaker than Ku Luo Fu. Mo Luo exclaimed, a newbie that just passed the 7th level 2 years ago, that's strong. He didn't know. Bolin's talent in the space law was terrifying. It was only because he was prideful and chose to study the universe tablet with both time and space simultaneously, hence he wasted so much time. Now that he had his focus on space laws, his improvement was shocking. Bolin is already defeated, he's no longer a threat. I now have to defeat Samayan. He frowned. The 3 seniors of the Primal Region. Fatuor was the absolute number 1, he had long passed the 8th level, obviously exceptional. Mo Luo and Samayan were close in strengths. In the previous battles I defeated Samayan. And in the battles after, he defeated Ku Luo Fu. Mo Luo pondered, he is a hypnotist, strong against Ku Luo Fu. However, both Ku Luo Fu and I are fighters. And his improvement in these past couple of hundred of years has been shocking. It was very dangerous the past qualification battles, however last time, he was only close to me in strength. However now, from the footage of him against Luo Feng, his strength has already exceeded mine. Mo Luo frowned, troubled. Wolfman Ku Luo Fu. His rise in strength was mostly in the recent 200 years, even though he was strong before, he was only comparable with chemist Yu Feng. Now however, he had completely taken the lead, a sort of different level altogether. Even Luo Feng was completely subdued by him. Mo Luo knew from watching the footage that Ku Luo Fu had already exceeded him. The moment I'm defeated by Samayan, with 6 people fighting for the Primal Region slot, and with Ku Luo Fu in the 6, I won't have any hope. Mo Luo shook his head, no matter, I must stay in the Primal Region. How? How? His expression was complex. Even though he was shocked by Luo Feng's power, it was obvious he was currently more worried about Ku Luo Fu. Only one way. Defeat Samayan. That way, I'll remain in the top 2. Mo Luo took a deep breath. Once I'm in the top two, I won't have to contest with the others. I'll let Samayan go fight it out with Kuluo Fu. Against Samayan, I have to win, I have to win. He thought. In a moment, the virtual universe system's voice ringed in his ears. Mo Luo, the primal region universe level battles, your third match is about to begin, your opponent is Samayan. Simultaneously, the screen on his wrist immediately displayed information, and he was transported into the arena. The cold winds howled, snowflakes as big as goose feathers flew about, the ice was incredibly thick. Two silhouettes appeared above the ice. Mo Luo. A roar resounded. Samayan. Mo Luo smiled. In the distance a black-robed purple-haired youth standing on a flying spirit weapon flew into the sky. On his forehead was a complex purple engraving. His purple eyes had a peculiar demonic energy. This purple-haired youth was Samayan, a hypnotist. The hypnotist Jiao Laishi from the Genius competition was also a hypnotist. However, compared to Samayan, he was much weaker. Mo Luo. Samayan's eyes were cold. He stood on his flying weapon and gazed down. You should be clear that this battle, whoever loses will have to contest to stay. And that Kuluo Fu is obviously much stronger than 1,000 years ago. Even though I'm his bane, I don't have much of a chance. As for you, I'm sorry, but you'll definitely have to lose here. Mo Luo's expression immediately grew heavy. Pressure. All the absolute geniuses of the primal region all had pressure. The moment they were careless, they would be knocked out of their place. Just like Kuluo Fu's explosion in strength, it made their two positions at risk. If I meet Kuluo Fu, I would probably lose, however I don't have to fight him at all. Because, you'll definitely lose here. Mo Luo roared and fiercely stomped the ground. The thick ice layer was immediately shattered and countless ice shards dropped into the ocean, many more dispersing in all directions. He flashed like lightning and rushed before Samayan, his fists like a flaming shooting star. Rumble. One fist was like a shooting star punching towards Samayan, the surrounding space warped around it. Ha ha, you are too slow. 10 kilometers away, Samayan laughed on his flying weapon. Can't you see that was my illusion? Mo Luo fiercely retracted his fist and landed on the ice, gazing at the distant Samayan. I was lenient just now, however, no more. Samayan laughed and a formless spirit energy pierced straight into Mo Luo's soul. The hypnotism had already seeped in. This battle was being watched by over tens of thousands of geniuses in the core of the virtual universe company, of which included Luo Feng, Rong Jun and Wuka. On the screen, the three stared hard. Powerful, madman, savage, who do you think will win? Wuka said casually. Rong Jun too was smiling. Only Luo Feng was glued to the scene, his consciousness like an AI swiftly calculating the outcome of the battle. How would he deal with each move? Without a doubt, he wished for Mo Luo to lose. However, from the battle scene, even though Samayan's hypnotism was terrifying, when Mo Luo battled, it was indeed like a wild beast attacking. Even though he was affected by the hypnotism, he quickly broke through it and once again chased Samayan. Samayan did his best to create distance and unleash his hypnotism. The moment he succeeded, he immediately used his arc blade along with his spirit weapon to attack. Rumble. The skies and land immediately became an endless sea of flames, and within were many Samayans. With a glance, over 1 trillion of them stood about. Mo Luo. Mo Luo. Mo Luo. Mo Luo. Mo Luo. 1 trillion Samayans simultaneously spoke, and Mo Luo, who was in the center, frowned as he gazed about. He calmly analyzed it, thinking of which of the 1 trillion was the real Samayan. This is the newest hypnotism. Named the Flame World Illusion. Die. Mo Luo actually closed his eyes and didn't look, focused as he waited. Over here. Mo Luo flashed like lightning, his legs like blades flashing forward to kill. Mo Luo opened his eyes. He saw Samayan with a gaping wound in his chest, fresh blood spurting out. He could even see his internal organs. HMPH. Mo Luo smiled, however his smile quickly disappeared. His head was split in two and his body fell. Mo Luo, dead. The truth is fantasy, and the fantasy is real. The distant heavily injured Samayan stood on his flying weapon, his face pale as he smiled at the body. You think closing your eyes is enough? Primal region, Mo Luo's VR. I actually lost. Mo Luo sat in his study and gripped his fist hard, his nails pierced into his palm, his eyes still unable to accept his defeat. I still succumbed to his move. I thought that I had already broken through the illusion to his real body. I didn't expect. He used his real body to take the damage and place another environment to attack. Truth in the fantasy, fantasy in the truth. Mo Luo shook his head. Indeed, that Samayan's fire and space law melding had reached an unbelievable level. This is troublesome. He frowned. I have to contest for the slot now. Me, Bolin, Long Yun, Kuluo Fu, Yu Feng, Luo Feng, the 6 vying for one primal region slot. The other 5 will fail and re-enter the absolute beginning region. Kuluo Fu. I have no guarantee at all. Humph, I didn't expect Luo Feng to make it to the top 3 too. I can't be bothered with him. My greatest opponent is still Kuluo Fu. Mo Luo didn't think anymore. He swiftly found Kuluo Fu's previous battle footages and seriously studied them. Absolute beginning region, Wuka's villa. Luo Feng and the others sat in the sofa watching the footage of Mo Luo and Samayan's battle. Hypnotist mixing real attacks perfectly, truth in the fantasy, fantasy in the truth. Rong Jun complimented. I heard the highest level of a hypnotist is to make the person think of the illusion as reality, living his entire life within. Luo Feng nodded, his eyes gleaming with glee. Very good. The dust had settled. The people for the contest for the primal region slot from the primal region were Bolin, Long Yun and finally, Mo Luo. Heaven has given me the chance, Mo Luo. I'll first step on you here and settle you in reality in the future. Luo Feng squinted. This video will end here.